Okay.
I don't know why the company not always not open, no income the here. Oh, very slowly.
No problem. You said your internet wasn't good today. Maybe something like that. Anyways, let's get back. So, like I said earlier, they were going to do mail because the old people generally use paper mail, right? They want the paper to kind of. They want paper because that's just what they're used to, right? They don't know how to use the computer or use the phone, or they know how to use it, but they don't know how to use it in a like easy way, right? However, after March, starting in May, when this starts to go with younger people, so 65, and they'll start doing the children and stuff, they're going to start changing from mail to online. Okay, that's all.
People with the disability tax the credit then the fight cards and children until the 18 will be able to appeal the stating in the June 2024.
Yep. So May is for the last old people, so 65 and older. And then in June, it's going to be the children, right, under 18, and disability people, right? So this could just be maybe people with mental illness or people with like broken arms or service people or blah, blah, blah. It's going to be disabled people. And again, it'll probably go into regular people after June.
Deep later, James the Science Climate
Jagmeet Singh. Jagmeet
Singh climate the government is only placing and hit with this program not because his party proceeded to the include it as the condition of the confidence and supply agreement that could
agreement
that could keep the libraries in power until 2025.
Yep. Basically, this is just saying that the NDP leader is saying, this is us. We did this. I know Trudeau's going to try to get credit for this, but Trudeau wouldn't have done this without us. And Trudeau doesn't really care about this. He just wants to stay in power. We actually want to help the people, and we're forcing Trudeau to do this. So give us the credit, basically. Because, again, remember how it said earlier that the NDP is trying to get more power, more seats in the government? And so if the leader can convince people, hey, this is because of us, and people like dentistry, they're like, oh, thank you, leader, right? They're going to want to vote for them. So that's what he's trying to do at the moment.
People are living with people are worried about the cost if they do have to go to the dentist. We've been fighting to make sure people get coverage well out of the touch libraries and cutting black conservatives don't want to deliver help to people with various this government to take education. He said at this conference in Toronto.
Yeah. So basically, he's making fun. He's saying that the other parties suck, We are the reason why you're getting good things. The other parties suck. So they're like out of touch liberals. They don't know what you actually want or what you actually need. We actually are talking to the people. We are actually trying to find out what you need to fix. And conservatives just want to save money, save money, save money. So if they want to save money, well, guess what? That means they're not going to give you dental care. That means they're not going to give you health care. They're not going to give you a good education. They're just going to take the money back, right? So we are the only ones who's actually giving you stuff. So again, like I mentioned earlier, the NDP is really trying hard to become a important party in the country.
The Liberal Party's 2021 election, the platform made no mention of a dental care program.
Yep. So basically, this is proof that it's the NDP. The Liberals didn't say they would do dental care. So it kind of does make sense that it was the NDP pushing this. So yeah, I'll give them credit. I think because of Singh, they were able to do this. I think that's true.
With used always the power in this the minority government,
meaning small government.
Minority government with people hope singing a deep conservative leader
Pierre Poilievre.
This harming the taxpayer find it dental care for most of his adult life. Waited against kids getting the dental care. Conservatives have made it clear what their priorities are, including and gutting.
Gutting. Basically, what they're saying is, and this is true for sure, conservatives try to save money so that, because all countries nowadays are very in debt, right? I don't think there's a single country that's not in debt. Like China's in debt, America's in debt, Canada's in debt, UK's in debt, Germany's in debt. Everyone's kind of in debt. And the conservatives are generally trying to get out of debt. You could say that's a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what you believe. Debt is not necessarily a bad thing. Obviously, too much debt is a problem. But the more important thing when it comes to debt is it useful debt or bad debt? If it's a useful debt that is helping the country, then it's like go all the way in debt. It's really good because it's going to help the country more in the future than right now, right? Or hurt us in the future. Versus if it's bad debt, it's not good, right? And so conservatives don't want to vote for this dental care. They don't want to vote for health care. They don't want to vote for education, etc., because they're trying to save this money, get us back to normal, and then they're willing to pay for things again. But the issue with that is that could be like 5 years before we get, or 10 years before we get back to normal on debt. So that's probably not likely. Filling gaps in system, this is just saying that there's a few parts that are missing for this dental service, and we're going to try to fix that.
Backing ground, failing with the reported national public servants stable for the program. Straight is that this the financial incentive are meant to fill the gaps in the system and not replace. Stating the provincial and the national program already cover some all oral health service.
Yeah, oral just means like mouth. So this system is not supposed to be like the big system. Remember, I've told you probably 1,000 times now that Canada is very much provincial, right? Saskatchewan does Saskatchewan things. Ontario does Ontario things. And so the province, like this system is just to kind of fix where the province doesn't help. So if Ontario helps all the young people already, well, this thing is supposed to help the old people. Or if the Ontario fixes only certain poor people, well, this one is supposed to help more people, blah, blah, blah. Like this kind of program, this federal program is to help wherever your province is failing for dentists, this is hopefully going to fix that problem. Hopefully.
Both the provincial government has the received no assurance from the premiers that they will keep their program of national once the national program goes out.
Yep. So basically, it's just saying that the federal government hasn't actually got any word from the provinces. So this could be very scary because the federal government's doing a pretty basic dentist plan, hoping that this basic plan fixes the basic problems and then the provinces can fix the big problems. So maybe the government does like the basic cleanings and blah, 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 but the Ontario or Saskatchewan or Manitoba or whatever fixes the big problems. However, what if the province just says, oh, we have the federal one, we're going to cancel our program and save money? That could be very scary, where now you went from having pretty good dental care from Ontario, and now you had to go down to like a basic form from the federal government. That could be very scary. Also, if you have any questions, you can email CBC. Yeah.
Holland said conventions are organizing with another levels of the government. I understand this isn't an opportunity to show obstacles, he said.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I just said. This is pretty scary because it could be like, oh, I can save money for my provincial government. I can look good for Ontarian people who vote for me by saving a bunch of money by just getting rid of this and then just use the federal one. However, it sounds like most premiers are like, hey, we understand that like this is a basic plan. We need to still keep our own plans. Yeah.
There's also a risk of some employees scrapping their dental plans. They all offer their works and passing people onto this new venture. Onto.
So, yeah, essentially what they're just saying here is the provincial governments like Ontario, Saskatchewan, blah, blah, might not get rid of their plans because they are still the government and they're working together to make sure that like everything is good. But that's the government working with the government. That doesn't mean private businesses aren't going to want to make more money. And dental insurance for a company could cost them like $10,000 a month, or for like 100 employees or something, or 1,000 employees or whatever. And if I could save that per month, where does that money go? That money goes to my pocket, right? So the businesses might get rid of their dental plans and just save the money for the federal government. So this could be bad, but we'll see.
This season to the dismantle those plans would post up the price tag of the dental care plan in its strength, but it is the slide to cost the financial treasury about 44.4
4.4.
dollars a year.
Yeah. So this is what they're guessing, right? We think that this would cost the government 4.4 billion a year, which really isn't that much when you're thinking about like 30 million people getting dentist care. Like that could be really good. Because the other thing to think about is the cost benefit of this 4.4 billion. If people are getting preventative care to not get sick from their teeth, that means they can continue to work more, get more taxes, and that could maybe pay some of this. So yeah, that doesn't seem too bad. But yeah, also they're saying that there's some dedicated call centers. So like we said earlier, this is going to be a lot of people calling. So they have specific things set up to understand, like, what do I need to do?
The program will be administered by the insurance Sun
Giant. Giant. This is
Giant.
a G, not a S, right? Giant.
Sun life and dentist denture hygiene is the dentist states where dangerous where this city submit claims to that company for the reimbursement if there's a comply. Insure people will pay that cost out of the pocket to the pervert.
So this is kind of a bit annoying, but essentially to make sure that dentists feel comfortable with this and making sure that they still get paid, right? I still have to pay 100% at the beginning, but then I send my bill to the government and then they'll give me my money back. So this still sucks because it does mean I have to have that $100 or that $1,000 or that $200 to pay them at first. And then maybe a week later, I'll get it back from the government. Hopefully the government can figure out a way to do it like online so that it's quick, so that I pay $200 today and I get my $200 back like tomorrow. That'd be awesome. But we'll have to wait and see how the government works with that.
Well, the program will be run by a third party. The government says people can still work with the Service Canada agents to the issue with any issues that arise, including the equity or the coverage. Despite
disputes.
There.
This is a U, right? No I. Dispute.
Disputes. There will be the discount called the century to the deal with dangerous.
So, yeah, even though, because they said there's Sun Life, right? So even though it's going from you to Sun Life to the government and back and forth, right? That doesn't mean the government is not really connected to you. The government will fight Sun Life to make sure that you get your coverage, make sure that you're eligible. They will fight the insurance company. So it sounds a bit weird that we have to have a third party in the middle, but the government will try to make sure that you're good to go.
The government is the hope for that will help the professionals well enroll in the program and educate the Canadian Data Care Insurance Plan as the payment.
So the reason they're using Sun Life in the middle right now is because the dentists are more comfortable getting money from Sun Life because Sun Life, they've been working with Sun Life forever, right? So the dentists are like, yeah, this is normal. We already know how to handle this. But dentists are generally worried about government policies or people in general are worried about government policies because the government can change, right? So let's say I'm on this dentist insurance payment plan and all of a sudden the government changes the rules and now I only get paid half as much money. I don't want to trust that. I want Sun Life to give me my full money, right? So that's why the government is hoping that they will do the plan, even if they are wrong or whatever. Officials?
Offices said the government will launch and inclusion campaign.
Education
campaign. The
campaign.
To brief dentist they show the hygienist and dentist and the organizations that represent them in the new year on how they can set up the convert care.
So yeah, essentially the government's going to try to help the dentists figure out how to do these getting connected to the government, because again, it's very awkward going from dentist to Sun Life to the government and then government to Sun Life to the dentist. We want to just connect the dentist with the government, but that can be a bit difficult. So the government's going to try to do like an education campaign to help the dentists understand what to do.
There will be the seat for ships for the coaster reimbursed by Ottawa will be from the province to province.
Yeah, basically saying that getting your money back from the government will depend on your province. So maybe Ontario is 1 week, you get your money back. Maybe in Manitoba, it's 2 days. Maybe in Saskatchewan, it's a month. I don't know. It's just going to depend on your province. So you'll have to wait and see what your province is like. Yeah.
The government said the face paid received generous compared to a lot of public plans. The economics the country which should provide an incentive for the providers to the provincials.
Providers to participant.
Participant. Okay.
Participant. Look. Participant. Right? Yeah, essentially this is just saying that the government's trying to pay more than like normal so that the dentists want to do this. If this normally costs $100 and the government pays you $110, I want to go with the government. And this will slowly get the dentists connected to the government, and then they don't have to pay extra money to the Sun Life or anything, making it a bit easier to go through.
Poland acknowledged the government still has work to the granted to the dentist where the pharmacist publicly ensure the science. Yeah, we have to end now.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about it later. I'll see you after lunch, okay?
Okay.
Bye.